Greetings, welcome back. This week's practice, feel free to have a blanket, fold up a towel, pillow to cushion any of those areas of the body that feel particularly bony today. Feel free to have blocks or even books to utilize for some of our standing balance postures. Again, and offering a little more length if you feel like you've got, as my friend Lori says, T-Rex arms. Feel free to have those handy as well. If you're utilizing the playlist, again, that link is available via Spotify in the description. So we're just going to briefly talk about the Hindu deity Shiva. Shiva is this massive presence, part of the triad, the Hindu triad. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva are all, part of this group, yeah? Shiva is this amazing presence. He's enormous in his own right. He shows up in many of the ancient stories and ancient traditions, and he's highly revered even today throughout the temples in India. The Shiva represents basic duality, yeah? The duality of creation and destruction. So basically it represents the dualities that exist even within ourselves. So the basic duality of like our left side versus our right side, the front part of the body versus the back part of the body, our upper body versus our lower body. So all these dualities that exist, the right versus wrong, even in our thoughts. The Ida and the Pingala, yeah? The Shiva, the Shakti. So just by invoking Shiva in our beginning chant, we're kind of be looking for the center, yeah? We're looking for the center between those two dualities, and that center in which dualities, maybe they no longer exist, maybe they might dissolve. So just bring yourself to a nice, comfortable, seated posture. And we'll be bringing our attention to our center, yeah, which is considered our heart seed, which is taking the Shiva Mudra. So interlacing the last three fingers, index fingers extend, and the pointer fingers touch, as well as the thumb. And then bringing the thumbs to your sternum, right at your heart center. Stack your shoulders over your hips, soften through the eyes, soften through the jaw. Just begin by bringing attention to your breath. Notice its length, its depth. Notice any pauses in between. And rocking the hips from forward to back. And just rocking through the pelvis, see if you can find its center. And just lengthen through the crown of the head. Shiva is associated with it. The crown chakra, yeah? That chakra that emanates out. And a nice long spine. And the chant is Om Hrim Shivayei Namaha. Feel free to join me or just notice the vibration. Om Hrim Shivayei Namaha. 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 And drawing attention to your exhales. Noticing as we exhale, the body softens, the shoulders drop away a little further, the diaphragm lifts up, even the pelvic floor softens. Today's pranayama will be the extended exhale. And as we draw or sip the air in, be extending our exhale a little longer than its inhale. An opportunity to simply empty everything out. Empty all the breath. The prana which we take in, and the prana which we exhale out. So just finding that rhythm, that pattern. Just continue to exhale until there's no more air. So nice slow inhale and exhale, nice and slow. Just continue even when you don't think you have any more. Lengthening that exhale in relation to the inhale. And every exhale, just focus on softening something. Maybe it's physical, maybe it's even mental. Just a few more breaths. Emptying completely. Every last drop. When you're ready, just softly start to open the eyes. Moving the palms of the hands together. Planting the feet out in front of you, the knees are going to be bent. We're just going to rest our hands in our eyes and fold forward. We've been taking in a lot visually. See if you can close the eyes, release that need for this sense. Are one of the most overworked muscles in our bodies. Allowing the warmth of the hands to release, breathing in through the back of the skull. Even extending our exhales here. And when you're ready, go ahead and make your way onto your mat. If you're utilizing the playlist, you can feel free to cue it at this point. And we're just going to come into puppy pose. So puppy pose is kind of like child's pose, only the hips are lifted. So just come to table and then slowly start to walk the hands out and then lower the heart to the earth. Maybe the chin touches. Releasing through the heart. Softening through the jaw. Notice any discomfort in the shoulders. Just allow the heart to grow heavy here. And just carefully walk the hands back in. You can sweep the torso through the hands. Take your preferred Bhujangasana. Pressing tops of the legs, tops of the feet into the mat. And drawing those elbows in through your midline. Draw the navel in towards your spine, bring your gaze up. And just find some length all the way through the crown of the head. Hips pull forward. And then exhale, curl the toes under and slide yourself back. Extend the arms straight out side to side. Go ahead and bend that left knee. And then just start to rotate. So you need to keep the shoulders planted. See if you can drop those left toes outside of the right leg. Exhale to release out of that. Sweep the fingertips back towards your hips. And then inhale, lift the heart and lift the toes. Nice steady breath. And then exhale, come back down. Arms out into a T, palms face down. Bend the right knee. And then keep that right shoulder planted as you twist, hydrating the leg. Opening up through those hip flexors. Gentle twist in the lower lumbar. Exhale as you come back onto the belly. And then inhale, open up. And then exhale. Go ahead and make your way back to child's pose. Take a breath here. And then curl the toes under and make your way to downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal out the feet. And pressing the chest towards the thighs, gaze either between your knees or even up towards your navel. Just pause to notice, pause to find center here. Feel that stretch of the back of the legs. I'm going to introduce a different concept for some of you. Instead of jumping up to the top of your hands, bring the big toes together. Cross the right foot in front of the left. Pause here. Bring that left foot in front of the right. So you're going to crisscross your walk up to the top of your mat. You can lengthen and stretch through those T-bands. Go ahead and lengthen and extend and fold. And a few requests for
hamstrings and T-bands and core. So this is going to be kind of a garbage style of practice. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, switch the cross and fold. Inhale to reverse right. You can keep those legs crossed if you like. And then exhale, dive right back in. Inhale to lengthen. And then exhale as you plant your hands and then crisscross your feet back. Making your way to high plank or even downward facing dog. And then take your vinyasa. So we have lots of options here. If you've been sitting a lot, I highly recommend that little crosswalk to the top of your mat. Again, bringing the big toes together to touch before you come up, and then just start to cross your way through. You can take an extra forward fold to cross the other leg. And again, you can cross or uncross the legs when you come back up. Just take what you need. And feel free to take one more round. And just make your way back to the top of your mat. And then inhale to come up for Utkatasana first pose. So bending deeply through the knees, but not so much that your torso is going to come forward. So see if you can keep the spine nice and long. Lift the ribcage up away from the waist, draw the navel in. Ever slow, slight tuck of the pelvis. We're engaging through those hip flexors, rooting down in through the feet. Feel free to lift the 10 toes if you want to notice the four corners of your feet. And gazing just beyond the tip of your nose, or even gazing up towards your thumbs. Take the hands to heart center. Exhale to draw the right elbow out, or left elbow rather, outside of the right thigh. Notice if that right hip wants to sway back. So you can drive that right hip forward, lining the right knee with the left. Then inhale, Utkatasana. And then exhale, right elbow, this time outside of the left. Notice how my left hip pulls back. I'm going to pull and re-engage it forward so I can line it up with my right knee. Gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, Utkatasana. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lengthen. And then make your way through your vinyasa. Again, you can take that crosswalk if you want. And then bring the right foot forward. We're just going to take a few crescent lunges. We're going to deconstruct that B, right? Sometimes we become too programmed. So notice where you might be attuned, more in tune with your habits. And crescent lunge on the left. Taking your vinyasa. Feel free to take 3 to 5 breaths here in downward facing dog, whatever you need. And feel free to incorporate that little crosswalk. So we'll take a few rounds of Surya Namaskar B, this variation. Coming up to that Udgatasana, along with those twists. Syncing our movement with our breath. And notice where you pause. You're taking one more round. We'll just be in a downward facing dog, taking as many breaths as you need to get there. Just start to lengthen your breath back out. Even start to lengthen those exhales. And you're finding your center. Shifting your weight from side to side, maybe just finding center. Start with the right leg extended straight back behind us. And then exhale, draw that right knee in towards your nose. Shifting the shoulders over the wrists. Round through the spine, high up on those left toes. Inhale, draw it right back out. And then exhale, draw that right foot forward. Lower down onto the back knee. Uncurl the toes and lift the arms up overhead. And lengthening it up in this low lunge, pressing those hips forward, and feeling that deep stretch and length in that left hip flexor, and even down to the quadricep. And then exhale, sink the hips back onto the back heel for half split. Again, if you have blocks, you can feel free to utilize them here for a little additional support, or you can sink all the way back. Take what you need. And from here, we're going to lift our gaze, re-lunge into the right foot. And shift all the weight into that right foot as you come up. Draw the arms up overhead, left knee out in front. We're standing balanced posture. And then on the exhale, go ahead and twist. So the right hand can go outside the left thigh. Gaze over the left fingertips. And rooting down into the right foot, slide bend in the right knee. Inhale as the arms come overhead just to level out the shoulders. And then exhale, take a small step back for pyramid pose. So both legs are straight, both hips are facing same direction or lined up. Fold over the front leg. Again, feel free to utilize blocks if you need. Feel a nice, deep, intense stretch in the back of the calves. Also notice an intense side stretch. And then taking that Shiva Mudra, inhale to lift the arms up overhead. Really rooting down in through the feet, engaging the core. And then exhale, hands come down, take your vinyasa or step back to downward facing dog. Transitioning over to the left side, you're going to extend the left leg. You feel free to open it up if it's in your practice, kind of like the fire hydrant, the leg. And then exhale, draw that left knee in towards your nose. Shift the shoulders over the hips, nose towards your knee. See if you can really round through the spine and hug that thigh in towards your belly. Inhale, lift the left leg back. Exhale, take that same concept. Draw that left knee in, press into the hands. Place that foot in between the hands, lower down onto the back knee. And you can uncurl the toes or leave them curled under that back leg. And then inhale, lift up. Low lunge, pressing those hips forward. Intensifying that stretch. Again, lifting the ribcage up away from the waist. I'm drawing the belly in. Exhale right into your half splits. You can feel free to use blocks. Hard flexion through that left foot. So toes pointing towards the face. Or you can sink back onto the back heel. So take what you need. Stretching to the hamstring. And then when you're ready, lift your gaze, replant that left foot. Shift the weight into the left foot and come all the way up to standing balance. Arms draw overhead, right knee out in front. And then exhale to twist. The left hand outside of the right thigh. Right fingertips sweep back. So you root into that left foot, slide bend in the left knee. And finding our center, yeah? Finding our balance. Inhale, arms come overhead. And then exhale, so the right toes drop, not all the way back, but just enough to come to that pyramid pose. So rooting to ground, that right heel. Nice, deep, intense stretch in the back of the legs. You're rooting into the feet. Take your Shiva Mudra and inhale, so arms come up overhead. Engaging the core and the power of the legs. And then exhale, hands come back down. Take your vinyasa. We'll take that one more round through just to kind of get the feeling. Inhale to extend. Exhale to pull through. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come all the way through, lower down. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to twist. Inhale, leveling out the shoulders and the hips. And then exhale right into that pyramid. Inhale, lift up. Root to rise. And then exhale, take your vinyasa. And transitioning to that left side. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to hug it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull it through. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up for your standing balance. And then exhale to twist. Inhale the level, and then exhale for your pyramid. Inhale, root to rise, come up. And then exhale, vinyasa. Again, taking one breath at a time. You're just meeting back in downward facing dog. Adding a couple more postures on from there. We'll start with the right side. Inhale to extend. Exhale to hug it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull it through. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale to twist. Inhale, level. Exhale to fold. Inhale, roots. Come on. And then pivoting to that star pose, you pivot to the side of your mat. You're just going to keep turning to the back wall and then fold. Legs will be crossed, so you're facing the back of the room. And then inhale, come on up, unwind. And then exhale, hands on either side of the left foot, take your vinyasa. Left leg will lift. Exhale, so you hug it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull it through. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, reach to rise. Exhale for that dancing Shiva. Inhale, the level. Exhale, right into your pyramid. Inhale, Shiva Mudra, lifting up for that tall pyramid. And then pivoting, star pose, and then continue twisting. For that wide-legged cross leg fold. So again, facing the back of the room. Legs are crossed. Getting a little deeper into those T-bands. And then inhale as you root to rise and unwind. And then hands come on the either side of the right foot. Take your vinyasa. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull it through. Lower down onto the back knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, half splits. Inhale as you lift up, dancing Shiva. Again, prepping it for that standing balance first, and then exhale on the twist. Inhale as the arms come overhead. Exhale right into that pyramid pose. Inhale, root to rise. Oops. And then star pose. Continue pivoting. Again, kind of a wide-legged, legs are crossed, pivoting towards the back of the room. And then inhale as you lift back up, unwind back up into that star pose. And then exhale, hands on either side of the left foot. Taking your vinyasa. Inhale, left. Exhale, hug. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull it through. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Inhale for that dancing Shiva. Inhale, open. Exhale, pyramid. Inhale, that tall pyramid. And then just keep pivoting. And then on the exhale, keep twisting around. Legs are crossed, getting to those T-bands. Inhale as you lift up and unwind. And then hands on either side of the right foot. Take your vinyasa. Just taking that maybe, 2 2 or 3 rounds, depending on how long your breath is. A reminder that all the vinyasas are an option. One more round. Leaning back on the right side, the top of your mat and downward facing dog. And start to lengthen your breath back out. Nice steady inhale. Nice slow exhale. Empty it all out. And the inhale as you extend the right leg. No surprise there. Right knee draws in, hugging it in. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to pull it through. Right into that low lunge. And then exhale right into your half splits. And feeling a little more openness and looseness in the back of the leg, yeah? And then inhale as you shift the weight forward. Come on up into your dancing Shiva. And taking any variation that works best for you. Inhale as the arms come overhead and leveling out the shoulders and the hips. Then we drop the foot back for our pyramid pose. Again, rooting, left toes turn slightly out, heart towards the thigh. Inhale, come on up. That tall pyramid. And then exhale as you start to twist and keep rotating and then fold. Inhale as you lift up and unwind. And then hands gonna go on the right side, inside of that left foot, and lower down into that lizard pose. So that left foot's gonna draw out. You draw forward. So this variation so that you can stay up on your hands and the thigh can press into the arm, the left arm. You can come down onto your forearms where the leg will press into the left shoulder. You can also draw the toes under, make it a more active lizard. Come on the ball of the right foot, lift the knee and the thigh up off the mat. You take a more passive lizard by just relaxing the right side of the body. And opening up. You can also turn on the knife edge of the left foot and allow the left knee to pull open. You can also take your left hand and press it there and do a slight twist, looking over the left shoulder. So take what you need. Carefully releasing out of vent. And come up, back up into that low lunge. And then exhale, half splits. You're facing the back of the mat. And just take the hands back behind the hips. Draw those legs forward. Inhale, arms overhead. And then exhale as you fold forward. Drawing the gaze towards the toes. Flattening out through the back. Lengthening through the crown of the head. Paschimottanasana. Seated forward fold. And then inhale, Navasana boat pose. Drawing the thighs together. Lengthening through the spine. You can always tabletop the shins. And then exhale as you cross the ankles, roll through, make your way through your vinyasa. And transitioning to the left side, facing the back of your mat. The left leg will lift. Exhale, hug it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull it through. Lower down onto the back knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale for that half split. And then inhale, re-root. Come on up. Exhale to twist. Inhale, arms overhead. And then exhale right in that pyramid. Inhale, lift up. And then keep pivoting. And then fold. So you're doing a 360, basically. Inhale, lift up. Unwind. And then hands drop onto the side of the right foot. Lower down onto the back knee. Or you can keep it active for that lizard pose. And take any variation that you need here. Whatever your hips are ready for. So make it more passive. Just find your center, yeah? What can you breathe through? And then quickly walk the hands back in. Inhale, back to that low lunge. And then exhale, half splits. Hands come back behind you. Bring that left foot out in front. Paschimottanasana. Inhale, arms come overhead. Legs extended out in front. And then fold. Inhale as you lift your gaze. Come on up for that Navasana boat pose. Engaging the muscles in the quadriceps, the hip flexors, even the core. Lengthening through the spine. Cross the ankles, roll through. Take your vinyasa. This is an opportunity now for you to take what you need. Leave what you don't. Maybe even add And taking what you need, finishing up on that left side. Even taking a child's pose if you need. And start to lengthen your breath back out.
You can come into a seat in meditation, whatever you need. And child's pose, downward facing dog. If you need a little more invigorating or feeling you need some lightness, feel free to take an inversion of your choice, if it's safe to do so. Any place where you can just kind of lengthen your breath. Slowing down our fight or flight response, yeah? Regulating our heartbeats, regulating our blood pressure can all be done just by regulating our own breath. Just come to downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal out the feet. Just going to extend the right leg. And then bring it forward. This might be where you might utilize your blocks. If you've got them handy, feel free to bring them here. And we're just going to shift the weight forward into the right foot and lift the left leg. Keep that nice deep bend in the right leg. So you can keep the thigh and the chest connected. And just keeping your gaze nice and steady. Keep it nice and lifted. And just finding some stillness here. Never mind the conversation going on in that right leg or the right hip. Just keeping everything nice and long. Just hold on. If it doesn't challenge us, it won't change us. Nothing lasts forever, not even this. When you're ready, inhale, lengthen, drop the left toes. And then draw that right leg back. Feel free to point and flex through the foot. Even taking some knee circles. Rotating. You're working the glutes, that hip flexor. You're putting a little more strength there, so you have a little more support, especially if you find yourself sitting all day.
Inhaling left side. Yeah, you were blessed with the left. Draw that left foot forward in between your hands. Grabbing your blocks if you need. No shame in that game, yeah? Start to shift the weight forward into that left foot. Keep the chest connected with the thigh. And lean forward, lift the back leg. Find some lightness, find your center. Find where you're balanced. As soon as we change sides, our mind goes to that land of comparisons. It's already talking to us, yeah? Just soften through the jaw, soften through the face, maybe even close the eyes. Things are different on this side. Maybe finding a little more lightness in the wrist, just gently resting the hands on the blocks. And finding your balance, finding your center as you sway maybe forwards and back, just finding the midline there. Flexing through the right foot, just hold on. Nothing lasts forever, not even this. We do a lot of stretching of those hip flexors, but what do we do to strengthen it? Nothing fancy here, just something really ridiculous, yeah? Everybody hurts, yeah? Just a few more breaths. You can breathe through anything. Carefully releasing the blocks, bring the hands down. Draw that left leg back. Open and stack. Feel free to circle out the hip. Go ahead and bring the feet nice and wide. Toes pointing forward. Just drop the heart in between the thighs. Allow the upper body to grow heavy. And then inhale to lengthen. Walk the hands forward. We're just going to come down onto our seat for a double pigeon. And basically stacking the shin bones. Again, if your knees won't cooperate or if you're feeling any tightness there or even in the hips, you could roll up a blanket or an extra yoga mat if you've got like the plethora that I do. You can sit on a block that you were just using, whatever you need. Just elevate the hips. Not too high, yeah? If you got some discomfort in the ankles too when you stack, feel free to use padding to support that. So stacking, right ankle over the left knee and the right knee over the left ankle, stacking those shins as best as you possibly can. Inhale, arms come overhead. And then exhale, just fold forward. Nice deep stretch for the hip flexors as well as the T-band. So see if you can find some stillness. And where can we find that balance between hard and soft here? Effort and effortlessness. Where can you surrender? Releasing through the low back. Maybe every exhale, if you lengthen it a little more.
Notice how your body reacts. Notice those sensations as they arise. Some very much like waves are stronger than others. Even here, just syncing your breath with those sensations. As the wave comes in, we inhale. And as it recedes, we exhale. Relax through the jaw.
Inhale as you lift your gaze, walk your hands in. And just come down onto your back. Don't worry, we're coming back. Walking the feet hip width apart, lifting up into bridge pose. Pressing the hands into the floor. Rolling the shoulders under, lift those hips. And just start to walk the heels out away from the hips. Keep those hips lifted and then walk them back. Engaging the core here, press the hands and the arms into the mat. Just slowly walking them out and then walking them back in. Just doing a few more. Firing up those hamstrings. One more. Rotate the palms to the sky. Soften through the eyes. Exhale as you lower the hips. Cross the ankles, roll back up to seated. And then this time we're just going to stack the left shin over the right. So left knee is underneath the right ankle. Right, no. The left knee is over the right ankle. And the left ankle is over the right knee. There we go. So inhale as the arms come overhead. Again, feel free to tuck that pelvis forward and back. Find that center point. And then exhale as you hinge from the hips and fold forward.
And notice where you can soften. And can you allow just to be heavy, yeah? Allow the bones and the muscles to be heavy. Just riding out the waves. This is what comes to the surface. Notice what's revealed. And as you carefully lift your gaze, locking your hands in, and then slowly making your way onto your back. As I planting the feet, you can slowly lower one vertebrae at a time. Hug the knees in towards your chest. Go ahead and clasp the outsides of your feet for happy baby, drawing the knees towards your armpits, maybe even rock it a little from side to side. You can also bring it into bound angle, reclining bound angle by bringing the soles of the feet together. Just take any posture that you need here. Any additional postures that you need in preparation for Shavasana? Maybe a sideline twist. Just take what you need. And gradually start to make it around your back. Heels on opposite corners of your mats. Allow the toes to draw out. Allow yourself an opportunity to really surrender, to sink. Arms extend alongside of the body, the palms facing towards the sky. The backs of the hands root into the earth. And take a nice deep collective breath in. And open mouth, exhale. We sigh out. Take rest. Take rest.
quickly start to make your way to awareness, first by the breath. Notice the steadiness. Make movement in your fingers and toes. Rotate through the wrists and the ankles. You bend through the knees and the elbows. And feel free to take a full body stretch if you would like. Before hugging the knees in towards your chest, ground to the low back. You massage the little tailbone there, rocking from side to side. And then just gradually make your way onto your right side, maintaining that fetal posture. Posture in which life begins for all of us. Pause here for a moment of gratitude. For in all the dualities of this world, especially in these unprecedented and surreal times, it's really hard to distinguish real from unreal. By finding our own center, our own roots, yeah? Maybe we'll be able to decipher it a little better. And transcend the unreal. Carefully making your way up to a nice comfortable seated posture. And drawing your hands into the Shiva Mudra again. And thumb lightly pressing against the sternum. Close out our class with a very simple chant, Om Shiva. Feel free to join me if you would like. Om Shiva Om Shiva Om Shiva Om 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 Om. Bringing our hands to Anjali Mudra, we draw them up, thumbs to the third eye so that we can see clearly through the real and the unreal. Down to our thumbs to our mouths so that we could speak the truth. And then finally thumbs down to our hearts, that we can love fiercely and truthfully. Om Namaha Shivayei.